Hello guys, welcome to my third video on the iRacing Tales. I've just finished my very first race in the Season 3 of 2013 iRacing Official Series in the Proto GT, and I started on pole position with a 1:54.833. We had 5 Corvettes in this race, 18 HPDs and 6 of the 4 GTs, and I'm just going to roll the tape for you here. My sole purpose of this race was to just finish it, go safe, take every risky situation, just take it as safe as possible. And here we are on the start. I get a really crappy exit as I almost spin here in the last corner. The guy behind me, he's a Finn. We started with about 5 seconds to the HPDs, which I at this point thought was enough. But as you shall see in a short while, the starting gap was not enough. I knew that if I was going to be safer than usual, I wouldn't be able to increase the gap to Matty, the Corvette right behind me. So I knew that I had to really just take it easy in the beginning and just let the other Corvettes stay right behind me. Even though I qualified about a second quicker than number 2. So as you see here, within 1/3 of the first lap, we are already in HPD traffic. This might been caused by the incident on the main straight earlier. But anyway, there's guy in HPD right in front of me, which I have some issues with during this race. But yeah, it's been quite interesting after all to do this race and trying to see what it really takes to finish a race without that many incidents. Also, my safety rating is rather low at the moment, about 2.40. So, yeah, I need to just take it up a notch, drive more safely, and just get some I ratings and safety ratings back. So, it really takes all of my concentration while driving. So, for the time being, I'm not live commentating on my races, as that's just madness to do. 2 cars ahead of me. That's another HPD missing its front. I don't really know what's up with these guys, except it's the first race in the evening on the first night in the official series new season, so I guess a lot of guys just wanted and needed to get out there on the track and do some laps to see how they would compare to other guys. And unfortunately, at this point, I'm really just stuck behind one of those cars. I am going to skip a bit in this video as well, rather just fast forward to the interesting parts than let you guys use up all your free time and waste it on hot lapping. So here I go by this front missing HPD rather easy. I guess it's maybe due to too much of a draft that he did not drive that fast. You see there's an HPD right behind me. So this goes all right. I'm about a second or so ahead of Matti Reti, but I had a lot of back markers in front of me. So that's my current issue. Just keep it safe. Yeah, let's fast forward it and see what comes up. So far so good. I'm ahead in position number 1, followed by Matti Reti and Stefan Overgaard still. So it's still 1, 2, 3 as we like we started. Apart from this messed up screwed race that I just did, I'm really looking forward to be driving the Corvette in this Proto GT series already in the first European evening race time at the 19 o'clock here local time. There were 29 in the race, so yeah, I was quite pleased with that. Oh yeah, let's just take a look here at this guy. All the time here, I was really afraid that he was just going to drive into me, miss his brake marker or something, or just maybe that he wouldn't know that the Corvettes and the 4GTs takes a bit more braking length than the HPDs does. Well, he gets a much better exit than me, but I don't know what he's done to his setup as he couldn't pass me on the straight there. Maybe that's normal, I don't know. But in the end, in the last corner, he braked really early, more early than the Ford and the Corvettes do. So I don't know what's really went through his mind there. So I have a battle up ahead. It's gonna be interesting. Just over taking an HPD there once again. There was so many back markers in this race, but obviously that's how it's going to be at the start of each week, I think. I think some of my best moments in this race is actually when I pass some of the good old guys like Johnny Beckman, Jasper Groneweg, and one of the other 4 GCs as well, because I really trust them. I really know that when they stick to either side, they're just going to stay there. And also a good example here with Robert DeRoche, even though it's only a straight, I know that he's not going to do anything silly here. Once again, you might saw how early this HPD braked. It's just crazy. He has all that downforce. Why don't he use it? I was almost going on the microphone telling him to either get away from me or park the car, because it was so frustrating and really frightening to have this guy ahead of me. And yeah, to draw a perspective, I really don't envy the good race car drivers out there in the real world, fighting with gentleman drivers, princes and what have you, that are just have enough money to go race in the big series and don't always have the best racecraft, and they might experience some of the things I just did here. So annoying and frightening, but yeah, you gotta deal with it. And I knew coming into this race that was how it was going to be in this race. So actually, I think my mindset was where it should be. Fortunately. Since the new build has come out, I've been struggling a bit to get a decent grip in the corners with the C6R. It's like it's going too slow in the corners compared to earlier days, and I'm not sure what's going on. If it's something with the new tire model updates, or if it's just me. I've been a bit away from the core bed, so I'm not sure if it's just me. For example, in this corner, I'm really struggling to find the apex, close in on it. In this particular corner, I had to slide sideways to meet it and get a somewhat straight line coming out. Anyway, let's forward it a bit again. Let's just take it outside here. There we go. Just going to see how many laps I did. Yeah, 18. This was an HPD. Just going to view this quickly. He was actually, I think he was, he was the current leader. And we were coming up to some traffic, and I just decided to step out and make him have this corner, because he was about 0.6 second behind me at the time of turn in, and with all that speed he had, I wasn't sure if he was going to get on the inside or the outside. So me taking it really safe, I was giving very much room to him. It was really pussy like, but that was my objective for this race, to just survive it without any incidents. So throughout this stint with my setup, I experienced some understeer, unfortunately, and I think I'm going to race another race here in a moment. And there was also a bit of a hairy situation, because I thought the HPD was going on my inside, so we were free wide. Good thing that he didn't do that. Nice and easy, that's how it's going to be. So now it's basically just cruising around. Let's just check behind us. Yeah, at some point Matty, the second positioned Corvette, he either disappeared or crashed or something, because now it's Stephen Allgore about 10 seconds behind me. So I'm comfortably in the lead. All I have to do, finish another 20 minutes and get a lot of points, get a lot of safety rating, iRacing, and yeah, feel good by myself. I only have to finish these 20 following minutes. I hope you don't feel that these parts that are skipped, that I find them boring myself. It's just I really like doing those long stints where you're just nailing lap after lap. It's sort of a special mindset that you're in. I really enjoy doing that in a multi-class event. But for these videos, I am going to skip parts of that. New TFR skin looks very nice. Going side of Joni Backman here. He let me have the corner quite easily. This was one of the nice overtakings where I really just trusted the guy. It was so nice. Once again, I'm signaling to the HPD behind me that he can take the next corner. I really was so much ahead of the second place Corvette that I just didn't want to take these risks in these corners. So here it is, the big moment. There was this guy half dive bombing me. He was placing himself quite over to the left side, and I really thought that he was going to dive bomb me. Let's just take it in the blimp camera here, just so everyone can see. You can clearly see that he's more than a car length behind me when I started to brake, and was going to drive to turn in for the corner. I was a bit surprised by it, so yeah, my car got loose, oversteered, and I went straight into the wall, causing my steering to be bent. You can also see it here on the car, it's just broken. And it's so unfortunate because I actually don't think I had any incidents prior to this. It's such a shame. So at this point I'm still leading, but it won't take long before Stephen catches up. So when I see this again, I'm wondering if I could have done something to my setup to make it more forgiving when I'm off the racing line, where the corners are, where the corner radius always is the biggest. So do something about the setup that makes it more forgiving when the corner radius is smaller. Maybe more understeering, because at this point in the first turn I had to turn in more than I usually do, and it really did that, and it did that so much that I oversteered into the wall. So I think that for the next race I'm going to use another setup. Oh, you can see how wrecked my car is, and here goes Stephen to take his first position. So into the pits. I really can't do anything about it. The car's so damaged that I wouldn't be able to finish the race if I just continued. I had to take some repairs. So when I got in, I found out that the repairs were about 11 seconds, and then there were optional repairs for a duration of 7 minutes, and that's really strange because my car was really damaged on the left front, and I don't understand why it should say that it only needs 11 seconds and then 7 minutes of optional repairs. Too bad, really. So let me just tell you what happens from now on. The last current guy running in my class is just coming here, so I really just had to go out on the track to see if my car was good enough to keep up the pace with him and maybe take his spot. And I could feel coming out of the pits already that that would not be the case. So anyway, let's look at the results here. Let's see if I can get these up in a good position. Yeah, so that's a good one actually. I actually got plus 0.28 safety rating points, and I lost 81 positions. I did the fastest lap, and I finished 7 laps down to the overall leader, scoring 31 points. and that's just not good enough. So anyway, I'm off. Thanks for watching. Hopefully next time you tune in I have had a much better race. See you next time.